Hi everyone, this is Kruti Jai Pancholi, Assistant Professor in LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology in Department of Electronics and Communication. This video is about analog and digital communication system. In this video, you will learn about amplitude modulation and demodulation. In the today's topic, what is the modulation? What is amplitude modulation? Fundamentals of amplitude modulation and the mathematical expression for AM. So before starting, what is the modulation that we learn in the chapter number 1? Modulation in the syllabus, it is the chapter number 2. Okay, so we are now onwards we are discussing the chapter number 2. Chapter number 1 is completed till the last video. So what is the modulation? Modulation is the process in which characteristics of the one signal that varies in accordance with the another signal. As I said that the modulation, that is the process which required for sending the signal at the higher distance, because we know that the low frequency wave cannot travel the larger distance. So we need to convert the low frequency wave into the high frequency so that it can travel at the longer distance. Other advantages of the modulation that, or the need of modulation that we had studied earlier, that we need to reduce the height of the antenna, size of the antenna, modulation that can be helpful. Lambda by 4 height of the antenna, that always we required. Low frequency cannot travel the larger distance. So to transmit the low frequency, you need a larger power. But if you have the modulation technique, you are converting the low frequency into the higher frequency so that the high frequency can travel the larger distance. So with the less power, it can travel the larger distance. So again we can consume the power. So less power consumption, that is with the modulation technique. So these are the various advantages of the modulation. Now here we are writing that the modulation is a process in which characteristics of one signal. Which characteristics? The characteristics that can be either the amplitude of the signal, or a frequency of a signal, or a phase of the signal. You are not changing anything of your information. So keep in the mind that whose characteristics can be changed? Only the carrier signal characteristics that can be changed. The message signal, information signal, baseband signal. So we are not changing any of that of our information signal, because our information that should reach properly from source to destination. So now in this chapter we are going to learn about the amplitude modulation. So very first, what is the definition? So here you can see that this is the diagram of what? It's the message signal, information signal, or the baseband signal. It's a simple sinusoidal wave. It's your message signal. Over here you can also see that this is what? It is the waveform of your speech. So while microphone that we are using, and onto the CRO, if we want to see the waveform, it is the waveform of the speech signal. It is the what? It is the television signal. The television signal, that is what? So it is the sync pulses are there. This is the light variation along the one scan line of the video. So this is what? It's a video television signal. So these three are the example of the message signal. Another signal, that is the carrier signal. Mean all your information signal are a low frequency signal. Now how it can reach to the larger distance? That is by converting the low frequency to high frequency. So we need a base. So over here you can see that this is the carrier signal on which your low frequency wave will travel, and it will reaches to the larger end, higher end. So there are the two type of the modulation technique: analog modulation technique, digital modulation technique. Amplitude in the analog modulation, it is divided into the three parts: amplitude modulation, frequency modulation, and phase modulation. In the digital modulation, again there are mainly the three types: amplitude shifting, frequency shifting, and phase shifting. Now, what is amplitude modulation? Here the amplitude modulation, I have only changed the word, okay, that is instead of the characteristics I am writing the amplitude. For the amplitude modulation, if the frequency, I will write the frequency, and if the phase, I will write the phase, or other formats that could be same for all. So it's an amplitude modulation is a process in which a amplitude of a carrier signal, whose amplitude can be changed? Carrier amplitude, okay, not information, that varies in accordance with the information signal. Now, while you are performing the amplitude modulation, the other two parameters of the signal that cannot change and that remain constant. So you can see that the frequency and the phase that remain constant in the amplitude modulation. Here I am showing the diagram of the amplitude modulation. What is this? This is your message signal, information signal, or the base signal. It is the time axis. This is the voltage axis, amplitude axis. We are assuming that the maximum amplitude of the signal, that is Vm, okay, and it is my sinusoidal modulating wave. What is the characteristics of this signal? It cannot travel to the larger distance. What should I do to send it to the larger distance? I should go for the modulation. So modulation, for that you need what? You need a carrier wave. So now here you can see that we are having the carrier signal. Carrier signal mean, you know that in the earlier diagram I have shown you the carrier signal. So this is what? The carrier signal, okay. So carrier signal, and now what will happen? The amplitude of the carrier signal, that will change according to the modulating signal. So now you can see that when the amplitude is 0, okay, when the amplitude of the modulating signal is 0, there is no change in the amplitude of the carrier signal. As the amplitude of the signal, okay, that is increases, the carrier signal amplitude, that is increases, okay. Now over here we have the maximum change. So there is a maximum change in the amplitude of the signal. While you reach over here, again the amplitude is 0. So there is no change in the amplitude of the carrier signal. So here you can keep in mind, amplitude of the modulating signal increases, the amplitude of the carrier signal increases or decreases accordingly. So here we can have the response in both the side of the reference line. So you can see that, and here you can see the another thing that whatever the envelope, this is not the line actually you will found in the modulation, okay, but this line that is referred to as a imaginary line, okay. So that line is not appeared while you will see the envelope onto the CRO. But this imaginary line, that is nothing but it's an envelope, and that gives me the idea about the information. So you can see that this is what my information signal. Over here you can see that it is what? It is the exactly the replica of my input signal. So on both the side I am getting the response. So this is the time domain response of my signal. So the carrier signal, which is also referred to as a unmodulated. While you are solving the example, if they are writing the unmodulated wave, always you have to consider that it is the information given about the carrier wave. And the modulated wave, okay, that is a modulating signal. That's what the message signal. So this is the diagram of the modulated wave. It is the modulating signal. Message signal, modulating signal. Okay, so modulating signal, okay, that multiply with the carrier signal and it becomes the modulated signal. So here the diagram of the same AM, okay, that is for the high frequency wave. Okay, so high frequency wave diagram, you can see this is what, it's a modulating signal envelope. Here you can see that it's a equally spaced vertical lines represents the constant frequency sine wave. Okay, now about the diagram which I explain now in the few words. Figure shows the single frequency sine wave intelligence or information signal modulating a high frequency carrier. Mean your information signal, it's a low frequency signal, okay, modulating a high frequency carrier. The carrier frequency remain constant during the modulation process. Okay, the carrier amplitude will change in the amplitude modulation. Frequency will remain constant, but its amplitude, how the amplitude will change? The amplitude of the carrier, that is always change in accordance with the modulating signal. Meanwhile, the modulating signal amplitude is 0. There is no change in the carrier amplitude. Modulating signal amplitude increases, carrier amplitude increases. Modulating signal amplitude decreases, carrier amplitude decreases. So, as increase in the amplitude of the modulating signal causes the amplitude of the carrier to increase. Both the positive and negative peaks of the carrier wave vary with the modulating signal. As increase or decrease in the amplitude of the modulating signal causes a corresponding increase or decrease in both the positive and negative peaks of the carrier amplitude. Imaginary line connecting the positive peaks and negative peaks of the carrier waveform gives the exact shape of the modulating information signal. That's the envelope. The imaginary line on the carrier waveform is known as the envelope. Now we'll do the trigonometric calculations for finding out what is the modulation. So first half calculation that we will do in this video. You are also advised to do all these calculations in your book. Very first, what I need a carrier wave. So we can express the sine wave carrier. So it is the VC is equal to, it's a small VC, okay, you can just see the difference. It's a small VC, it's a capital VC. So while you are writing the calculation, be careful about this. So this VC represents the instantaneous value, mean the value of the carrier amplitude at the particular point. Instantaneous value of the carrier sine wave. Capital VC that represents the peak value of the constant unmodulated carrier sine wave. FC is the frequency of the carrier sine wave and T is a particular point in a time during the carrier cycle. The first equation is about the carrier signal. Carrier signal waveform, you can see it's a sine wave having the frequency Fc. So it's a sine 2 pi Fct. Vc is the instantaneous voltage of carrier wave. It's a peak value of the constant unmodulated sine wave. Now another signal required for the modulation is modulating signal. So now we'll write the equation about modulating signal. My modulating signal mean my information signal or my message signal. So instantaneous value of the modulating signal is Vm, it's my small Vm. This capital Vm is the amplitude of the modulating signal, and the wave is sine wave having the frequency Fm. So sine 2 pi Fm t. So now you have the one equation where Vm is the instantaneous value of the information signal. Vm is the peak amplitude of the modulating signal or information signal. Fm is the frequency of the modulating signal. So the amplitude of the modulating signal should be less than the amplitude of the carrier. This is the condition for doing the calculation, that is the amplitude of the modulating signal, that is Vm, should be less than the amplitude of the carrier. I mean Vm, that is less than Vc. Now if your Vm value, mean the message value, that is higher than the carrier, okay, then it cannot travel with the frequency. So always condition is what? That my amplitude of my modulating signal should be less, okay, than my carrier, okay. So when the amplitude of the modulating signal is greater than the amplitude of the carrier, okay, in the 1 mark question we can ask that if the Vm greater than Vc, what happen? Your information will go out from the carrier, so it cannot reach to the destination and incorrect transmission, okay, or the distortion will occur. So in the amplitude modulation, which condition we have to remember? Vm less than Vc for the proper modulation. So it is particularly important that the peak value of the modulating signal should be less than the peak value of the carrier. So now mathematically Vm less than Vc for the proper modulation. The instantaneous value of either the top or bottom voltage envelope V1 can be computed by using the equation V1 is equal to. Now at the particular instant, I want to find out the amplitude. So what is that? It's a Vc, that's my carrier. Okay, carrier peak amplitude plus the instantaneous value of the modulating voltage. So it's a capital Vc plus small Vm. But what is the small Vm? Small Vm is Vm sine 2 pi Fmt. So at the particular instant, the value of the signal, that is Vc plus capital Vm sine 2 pi Fmt. So that the instantaneous value of the modulating signal algebraically adds to the peak value of the carrier. So we can write the instantaneous value of the complete modulated wave V2 by substituting the V1 for the peak value of the carrier. So now we can write the V2 is equal to what? So it's a V1 sine 2 pi Fct. But what is the V1? So we are substituting the value of the V1 over here. So it is V1 is what? It's a Vc plus Vm sine 2 pi Fm t. It is sine 2 pi Fct. So you can see that this is what? This is your information and it is the high frequency wave. Okay, so it's a carrier. So now if you will take it inside this, it's a Vc sine 2 pi Fct. So this is what? My carrier signal plus Vm sine 2 pi Fmt into sine 2 pi Fct. So you can see that it is the carrier signal and the modulating signal. So normally the modulator that consists of the two input, one is the Vm, another one is Vc. Vm is the modulating signal, it is the carrier signal. Output is V2. V2 is Vc sine 2 pi Fct plus Vm sine 2 pi Fmt into sine 2 pi Fct. So V2 is what? The instantaneous value of the AM wave. Vc sine 2 pi Fct, it's a carrier wave. Vm sine 2 pi Fmt into sine 2 pi Fct is the carrier waveform multiplied with the modulating signal. So it's a characteristics of AM we can say. Okay, so this way you can keep in mind that a circuit that changes a lower frequency baseband to the intelligence signal to a higher frequency signal is usually called the modulator. A circuit that is used to recover the original signal is known as the detector or the demodulator. The AM is the product of the carrier and modulating signal. The circuit used for producing the AM is called the modulator. It's two inputs, the carrier and the modulating signal, and resultant output, that is the modulated output. Circuit that complete the product of the two analog signals are known as the analog multipliers, mixers, converters, product detectors, and phase detectors. Right now you have to just remember the name of all these things. Okay, so it is about the basic calculation. Again, the calculation that is remaining, we will learn that calculation in the next video. Thank you very much, everyone.